Good morning, welcome to SlimChat, hashtag FatChat, because there's not a great deal of proper slimming going on around here. There will be very, very soon. I can report that the cut down is doing very, very well, and just need to start the tea. See, I've got one of my Christmas mugs. You had me at meow. This came with a cat bowl that said meow on it. And the cup said you had me at meow. So it was a present for me and Fluffy, which is kind of cool. Gemma got this for us, my daughter-in-law, and my son Mike. So yeah, very nice. I mean, it wasn't all they got me. They got me some lovely presents this year. They actually got me a really gorgeous watch, and it was a Radley, you know, with the doggy on it. Really, really nice blue one. I love it. I should really start to just wear it around the house because it's sparkly, so you want to be able to go somewhere and wear it, but there is nowhere to go. We're not allowed out, so yeah, not a great deal of going on, just to the supermarket, and we don't even really need to do that because we bought so much over Christmas, just like everyone else, and the freezer's full, so the only thing we might need to go out for is veg, and that's about it. You know, milk, veg, essentials. But we can do that maybe, you know, at the farm shop. Anyway, quick slurp. Getting a bit cold, that one. So I woke up with a banging headache this morning, and I don't know how much of that is dietary or how much of it is just stopping breathing in my sleep, which is a possibility, because, you know, I didn't wake up with a headache when I woke up at 8. I only woke up with a headache when I woke up at 10. But I didn't go to bed until about 3, so I didn't really want to get up early. I kind of stayed up with Gary for a little while. I was doing a tutorial for my other channel, Crochet Rocks, and I sat there making this, which I really love. So it was a small square, but I thought, no, I'm going to carry on. So it's probably going to be a cushion. And as I was sitting there watching TV, there was a program on about, you know, when you get to New Year, they always review 2020. Well, as you can imagine, it was all about the day we first... well, it was funny, actually, because when I watched it, the first thing they showed was the New Year message from Boris Johnson. And he was going, he was saying, it's New Year, we've got so much to look forward to in 2020. You know, we've got the Olympics, we've got the Euros, that's football, for those of you who don't know, like soccer. We've got this, we've got that, and he was like listing all these things, and it was like, cancelled. Everything we had to look forward to got cancelled, and then a little while later, this first case of the coronavirus started coming through the pipeline in China, and then the timeline of disaster, really, basically. So I kind of, when Gary got home, I just about had enough of that program. So I chatted to him for a while, and then I couldn't stay awake any longer, so I went to bed. But it's probably a little bit dietary, a little bit maybe I, you know, didn't sleep too well in that last stretch, I don't know. But whatever it is, it was the most horrendous headache, and I took ages after taking some paracetamol for it to go. Otherwise I'd have done this a little bit earlier, so I do apologise. And today I haven't got anything out for dinner. And yesterday, because I say I'm cutting down gradually on the carbs, I had egg and bacon sandwiches toasted, and oh my god, it was gorgeous. I could taste everything, so that was a real bonus that I could actually taste egg. So that's really good news, because now I can start this diet properly as soon as, you know, I've got my last bits out of the way and I'm sort of getting it down. I can actually taste everything. It's going to be a bonus. There's nothing worse than the food. I remember before I came off the plan, when I got the coronavirus, and I was ill at first, I was just pushing my food around the plate, but I was sticking to the chicken and the veg, even though I couldn't taste it. I couldn't taste a thing. And it was weird, but I forced myself to eat it because otherwise I just felt like I would be sicker. You know, I needed those vitamins and those nutrients and all those things. So I just forced myself to eat this cauliflower that I couldn't taste a thing. It was just weird. And it just made you push it around the plate. And I lost so much weight, and now here I am with the chin back. It's like, you know, what did you do that for, woman? Who cares? It was Christmas. You should have just said no. Oh well, it's done now. And it was Christmas after all. And I think I needed a bit of a treat after my near-death experience. I like to say I had a near-death experience, even though I was far from death. It was one of those things that you worry about more than actually, you know. When I look back, I did feel awful though, you know. There was a time, I have to say, about day 5 and 6, where I did feel that I could actually go completely downhill and die. I felt the roughest I've ever felt in my life, and it was not like any other illness. It's not the flu. It's nothing like the flu. It's nothing like a cold. It's absolutely nothing like anything you've ever had before, really. And you kind of know it at the time. It's just it's weird because it's hard to explain. But even though you say, oh, I've got this sniffly nose and this throat, it didn't feel like any sniffly nose and throat you've ever had before. And I didn't have a cough, thank goodness, but the stuff that was kind of collecting on my chest that I knew I had to get rid of was, you know, it was just horrendous, to be honest with you. And you'd be fine one minute and then so tired the next and lethargic, and I couldn't even sit and crochet, which, you know, usually makes you feel better when you feel a bit down at least. But my arms just wouldn't do it, and all I could do was just sit in the chair and just stare around because you couldn't actually function. It's awful. One of the worst things I've ever felt like. And I had a really bad virus when I was about 18, where I was so ill I didn't even have enough puff to blow my nose. I couldn't, if I was to do it, it would go, and that would be it. I could just about muster a normal breath through it. I didn't have the energy to cough, and I had all this stuff on my chest. I couldn't cough, I couldn't do anything. And every time I was breathing, I could hear pop, 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 pop. Every breath, pop, pop, pop. I was just absolutely terrible. And then I had a temperature, and when it finally broke, I was so sick, and I was just bringing up liquid, just like water, constantly throwing up water. And I don't know if that meant that I had pneumonia, but I didn't even, and this sounds stupid, didn't even go to the doctors, didn't even get the doctor out. I didn't think about phoning 999, you know, just laid there and waited it out. Goodness knows what could have happened, you know. I don't know what it is, but back then nobody would have dreamt of ringing 999. I mean, I guess there were some people who did, but it wasn't something we just did willy-nilly. And it wasn't until much, much later in life, once I started working for the ambulance service, and I realised people were just picking up the phone and ringing 999 for a finger ache. And there I was, laying in bed, kind of at death's door. Didn't even think about it. It's not like, well, I didn't think I need an ambulance. You know, I just had a bit of a virus, you know. We were tougher stuff in those days, I think. Oh, am I wobbling? Sorry. But it is weird how the tides change, you know. Some of the things that people called ambulances for, you know, you would not dream of it, seriously. And I had another virus once where I was extremely ill. I was working for social services, and when I coughed, my chest sounded like a 90-year-old man who'd smoked all his life and had that and it was all rattly. And every time I coughed, it was like, oh, please just go home. Just don't want that here, guys. Just go home. I did need steroids for that one. But even those, as bad as they were nothing like that. Absolutely nothing like that. So yeah, anyway, not dwelling on that anymore. It's, I just hope it doesn't come back, you know, that now I've got some immunity until that jab's in my arm and that'll be the end of it. But, you know, there's always that doubt and worry, isn't there, that it isn't over and you haven't had your jab yet and Gary's still working at the ambulance service and, you know, it's a scary time that we're living in. And then you hear these programs where they keep going on about mutations and I've a couple of times heard about something worse coming to us. No one quite tells you what's coming. And you think, oh, you know, you're bound to get those things you just, you know, said. But we'll just have to see, won't we? We'll have to see. Well, I just can't wait to get some kind of freedom back, to be honest with you. I mean, at the moment, we're on virtual lockdown and it's going to get more so. Kids won't be going to school, just key workers probably, back to how it was before. And I suppose it'll get worse before it gets better, as we have got rather a lot of cases per day being announced. Cases are just positive tests. Not all of those will go to hospital, I know, but, you know, the hospitals are very, very overwhelmed as it is. So that's not going to be good. Just have to hope that they can get these vaccines rolled out pretty damn quick. Anyway, so that's not a great deal of diet chat, is it? I haven't got anything for dinner. That's how it started. Don't quite know how it evolved. But, you know, it's just a daily blog. And I blog and blog and blog. But, yeah, I haven't got anything out. So, apart from sausage. So what I might do is either make, because I'm not quite cutting out all carbs yet, might make some mashed potato and have sausages, mash, onions, which sounds rather good, or a jacket potato, and you know, one of those things. I shall do that. And it'll be nice to have something that's not rich, you know, not like the 5-bird roast and, you know, duck, and we had a duck in plum sauce, we had a duck in orange, you know, those sort of things. Something that's just not rich and plain, that'd be nice. And pretty soon it'll all be gone all together, and I'll just be doing the low carbing. So anyway, I'm going to get gone and upload these. So thanks for watching. Stay safe. Take care. We're almost at the end. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're almost at the end. And I'll be back soon. Might do a live stream over on Crochet Rocks later on if anybody wants to join me. So watch out for that. And bye for now, everyone.